Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we are going to be covering Webflow versus WordPress. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So of course, both of these website builders are going to have its own advantages and disadvantages. Now, coming off first with WordPress. WordPress is a content management system, so it's a CMS that was first released in 2003. Now it is an open source software, and it's designed to be easy to use for people who don't have any coding skills or any sort of technical skills as well. Now, WordPress, it's fairly customizable. It has thousands of themes to use. They've also got plenty of plugins as well to add to functionality and change the look of the website. Now, it is estimated that WordPress powers at least 40% of all the websites on the internet, making it the most popular CMS by far. WordPress is also free to use, but users will need to purchase web hosting and domain name in order to use it for their website. And with Webflow, Webflow is a visual website builder, and this was founded 10 years later than WordPress at 2013. Now, this allows users to design and build websites without needing to know how to code as well, so it's pretty much the same as WordPress. Webflow is based on drag and drop interface that allows users to create complex layouts and interactions without needing to write any code. Now, like WordPress, Webflow is fairly customizable as well, but it does not use any plugins. Instead, it has a built-in content management system, and it allows users to manage their own website's content. Now, Webflow has a similar user base than WordPress, but it is a very active community for the designers and developers who create templates and integrations. Webflow also has a monthly subscription fee, so it's not like WordPress, which is for free, and this includes the hosting and domain name. So that's just a little bit of backstory or background on WordPress and Webflow themselves. We're going to go ahead and jump into both of the website builders. So starting off with WordPress, the disadvantage with WordPress is that you do have to set up a MySQL pretty much for it to properly run, and then within that, that's where you create your username, and then that's where you would create your password as well, and that enables you to log in on the web to connect into the builder itself. So there you go. As you can see, this is what it looks like. We'll have a look through here. So these are the plugins. This is the initial dashboard. So welcome to WordPress. If you want to view your site, it's just on the top left there. So that'll open up the website. Of course, that's how it looks. Very, very basic. I am able to customize it as well if I want to. So that's a click. It does take a couple of minutes. It is fairly slow for what it is. So that is one of the problems with WordPress. As you can see, there's site identity, you've got colors, menus, widgets, additional CSS, you've got a blog, top bar. So everything's pretty much there to use, especially if you're wanting to build and create the website. Now, you do also get a couple of options as well in terms of themes, so you can change the theme out if you want to. On the bottom left there, or the bottom right of that screen, as you can see, there is an option for you to go for a desktop version, a tablet version, or a mobile version. And if you do want to change the theme, you could just select change. They will have plenty more themes to choose from. It's not just these. If you select on the WordPress.org themes, you can see some of the different ones available. So if you're familiar with using any other website builders, of course they would provide some themes. You've got what's fairly close to WordPress actually is if you guys have used Shopify before, they would provide things like this, but of course Shopify is purely an e-commerce based website builder. So it's nothing like WordPress itself, but it's fairly similar in terms of layout. So plenty to choose from. You can see how much they have. It's pretty much endless. So I can just keep scrolling down here, and of course that'll just keep loading and providing me with more and more websites. So if I did search for a theme, I could go ahead and use the search bar for it as well. So if I search up that, I think it's Lemony. Okay, maybe not, but it will search up the theme for you. So if I even do attractive blog, as you can see, there's a couple of ones there, like funky blog, blog sun, easy blogging, book author blog, lawman blog. So quite a few things based on that category, which is blog. Now if I had online store, should give me some for online store. As you can see, there's a couple of ones there for an online store. If you do find something, click on it or preview it first before going ahead with it. You can also choose to filter those themes. As you can see, it could be within the subject of blog, e-commerce, education, entertainment, food and drink, holiday news, photography, portfolio. You've also got a bunch of different features to use as well, like accessibility, blog editor patterns. You've got site editor, full width template, the amount of columns and layouts that you could choose there. So once you have chosen, this is how it would look for the base. Now we'll just go back to the dashboard there. And if you wanted to change the appearance about, you could just select the appearance and hit customize. Of course, that'll still bring you to the same area there. And that's when you can change the site identity, your colors, menus, widgets, homepage settings. So there's quite a lot of things to do in terms of changing and editing the actual tool. Now, one thing I do want to show you guys, which is the plugins. Now, this is something that Webflow doesn't have. Plugins are basically there to help you with your website, either making it more secure. You can try to use it for SEO, ranking, traffic. So if I search up ranking, let's see if that went through. So ranking. So I'll get a couple of plugins like all-in-one SEO, so best WordPress SEO plugin, rank math SEO, and then you've got Yoast SEO and XML sitemap generator for Google. So quite a couple of things to choose from there. If I wanted to do something with security, I can go ahead and have that. So as you can see, now as I said, in order to run WordPress and to get a site set up, you would need to have a MySQL setup. So the one that I'm using at the minute is called LocalWP. Of course, there are other ones you could use as well. Some have connected theirs to Cloudflare or Flywheel. I know both of them are to do with the SSL certificate, but they are connected nonetheless. So that is pretty much what WordPress looks like in a nutshell. Of course, you've got users here as well, where you can add users in, add their emails, add their roles, give them individual passwords as well. You can see what's been left for comments, depending if you have, say, blogs. You've got your pages, so you can see how many pages you have. You can add new pages as well. You've got your media, you got your posts. So as you can see, we have added one, which is the ProfileTree logo. You've got posts there as well. So a couple of different options in terms of running a website for WordPress. Okay, so this is Webflow, as you can see. So nice and simple. We've got a couple of templates to go through here. Now, this is pretty much the dashboard. Of course, I can create a blank site. I can create the ones from the area here. It gives me a portfolio starter. I could do a business starter or just a store starter. Now, do note that some of these won't be free. As you can see, the portfolio, business starter, and store starter, they're for free. But with the likes of, as you can see, SaaS or SaaS, they are all paid for ones, and there's more free templates to choose from, so you could just view all. So quite a selection here, as you could see. But there is a pricing point to pay for this per month. So if I could just show you guys. So they all range from $129 to $34. Say you've picked a template that you like. They do have quite a lot of templates as well. So just so you guys know. And they're ranging from accessories all down to Solon. And they've got their own categories as well. So say if we did a category on photography and video, there's a couple of different options there. Some of them, of course, are going to have to be paid for. But as I said, if you do find a template that you do like, so pretty much just go ahead and click on it, just select, or you could preview it if you want to. So there's a preview of it. You see how dynamic the website is as well. It's fairly dynamic for what it is. So what I'm guessing, this is a competition sort of site. So a comp to win this. Yep, or a detailing site. So it could be a detailing site or a comp site. Oh, so okay. So this is a detailing site. As you can see, they've got cars, trucks, bikes. So it's a very, very dynamic website. The difference between this and WordPress is that it actually shows you the full site on how it will look. So say you wanted that, you could just select and then say it's a detailing site. Then you just create that site. Now it's pretty much just like a drag and drop editor. So for those who have used Wix, may be familiar to use Webflow. Of course, the difference is with Webflow is that there is a lot more integrated into it. So from your left side, you'll see all your things that you need to have, like your elements here. So these are your sections. You've got containers, paragraphs, and so if I say I wanted to click on something, I can go ahead and drag that to the left side if I wanted to, or push that more into the middle, as you can see, or I can undo it if I wanted to, just like so. Now with that text as well, I can choose to delete that. So just with right clicking, I can go ahead and delete or duplicate that. You can see how it's in a title, so that's the background, and then it's within the text, and within that background there's a couple of different layers as well in order to form this. So this one's actually saying Moxmo, so that's that whole area. Now if I choose to maybe delete that area, I can go ahead and do that. So that's the hero title. And as you can see, I could choose to delete the hero title completely, and that'll all disappear. But of course you want to make sure you bring it back to that. I would say Webflow is a little bit more complex to use, but since it is a drag and drop, it can be potentially easier to use. Now they do have the integration of everything that you need, and they do have an e-commerce side to it as well. You got your users, so it works the same way as WordPress does. But the difference, as I would say, between WordPress and Webflow is that the site on Webflow itself is a lot nicer to look at than on WordPress. Now they have more range in terms of the different templates that we've seen as well, and it's fully built for you. And of course you do have a sort of starter on how and some of the essentials for your site. It pretty much gives you a list down all the way down to publish. But as I said, this is more of a newer development compared to WordPress. Good thing about this is you don't need a MySQL to start it up. You could just go ahead and go into Webflow themselves, create an account, and then build a site from there. And then of course you would worry about your domain names later on once you're ready to publish your site. But yes guys, that pretty much reaches the end of the video. That's pretty much just a comparison on Webflow and WordPress. Of course, in terms of choosing between the two, it really depends on the user's needs and experience level. WordPress, I would say, is more flexible and has a larger user base, which means that there's more resources and available users. However, with Webflow, it is easier to use and it is a great choice for users who want to create a visually stunning website without the need of how to use code. So there's two different points there, as you can see. WordPress, where it's more, you don't need to know about code as well on WordPress, but of course you can link it with visual code and use Elementor to form a website, so that will require some JavaScript and HTML and CSS, while as Webflow, I know I did say it is a hard one to use, but of course when you get the hang of it, then that's when it becomes a lot easier to use than WordPress. Anyways, if you guys have any questions at all regarding the video, please do let us know in the comment section below. I do highly recommend you guys to check out our website and just get to know more about WordPress and maybe even Webflow as well. Read some of our articles, see how you get on with them. There's a couple of beginner guides as well on them. But yes, as I've said, if you do have any questions, leave them down in the comments. But I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.